Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan, and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome back to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal. I'm here all the time, and so is my co-host, Reaves. Say what's up.
And I got it to work. It's back online.
Thank goodness.
It's back online.
Yeah. You had a problem last week while we were recording.
Yeah, and I mean, some people might think like, oh, this is a user error related thing. Reeves doesn't really know how to use a microphone. Maybe it was on mute the entire time and he couldn't figure it out. That's not true. I was being silenced, probably by our own fans.
Yep.
If it was anyone.
We would love to say it was the government, but it was more than likely our fans.
Yes. And the younger ones, which we've established we have quite an army of young fans.
Yeah, and the younger ones are quite opinionated.
Yeah, and they love, speaking of love of certain hosts, should I get to it?
I think you should.
Say hello to the people, Bri.
Hi, everyone. Love of certain hosts sounds like a rom-com. Like it would be like a Hallmark movie with the two podcasters who are like, or maybe like the guy like buys the podcast network and he's like shutting it down, but then the woman is like, no, this is how I get my podcast. Eventually he would like get on board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I pass.
I pass. That's a pass for me, dog.
Yeah. You don't like my elevator pitch?
You know, speaking of your fans, I actually spoke to the mom of the young fan who's not a fan of yours anymore, and she is super angry at listening to your comments.
Who's not a fan of me anymore? The kid?
Yeah.
Oh,
for what did I do?
The kid did not like your jokes, your bits, in response to me saying that they weren't a fan.
What did I say?
Actually, I said that you were their favorite.
Yeah.
And they did not like your bit return, so I don't remember what you said, but all I heard was they don't like you no more.
Here's what I have found. Our fans, and I fucking love our fans.
Yep.
Even when they try and silence me, I love it. They don't like us talking about them.
Nope.
That's true.
On
That's
the
true.
show.
That's true.
But I will remind them that we will never stop.
We will never stop.
No.
We have to.
Yeah.
It's most of the content.
And especially if you're leaving reviews, if you're stopping us on the street and asking us about it, we will absolutely bring it up on podcasts, positive or negative. And we got a positive one.
Yeah, and if you think that we don't like our fans, then explain how we have a special guest here who is one of our fans, returning friend of the podcast. Please welcome back to the show, Rachel Gluckstern.
Hello.
Proof we like our fans.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Speaking of how you will keep talking about your fans,
Yep.
I did notice in the episodes that followed my last appearance, you guys mentioned a few times how I had written to you to potentially be on the show. So see, proof that you both love your fans and talk about them.
We engage with the fan. We engage with the fans.
I mean, Rachel, you're here. Can we be honest with you?
Yeah.
We've been doing this fucking thing for 4 years now. We don't have anything else to talk about.
So long.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have someone else interact with us in any way. We are just scraping the bottom of the barrel to try and come up with things to talk about. So please.
It's getting rough. It's hard.
I don't know if you remember one of the first episodes of this podcast was us going through the rules that Tom laid out. And one of them was don't fall in love with each other. And I'm going to tell you right now, we hate each other.
I think
This sounds like the setup for the first half of Bryan's podcast.
he passed on it.
You know, guys all hate each other, and it's gotten old, and that means somebody's going to fall in love.
Yeah.
My money, just based on the chemistry and interactions, is on Bryan and Jamal. But-
Yes,
Because we hate each other the most, so it's like that.
that's a
has to be
fan.
together.
that's a
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, it's a love hate. I love Jamal. He hates me.
I hate him.
I do. So Reaves, quickly before we dive into Reaves, to mention we did a positive review. We've told everyone we're going to read them, so we will read it. This is the law.
Oh, we got a
that
new
we've
review. I
laid.
didn't know about this.
It's from a few they had reviewed, and then we love when you folks. We love when you
People edited
review,
their
and then
review?
you edit your review. We love that. Please
I
keep
love
doing that.
Please.
Please keep doing that. We
Please
love it
keep
so
doing it.
much. So if we've read it once before, we apologize, but there is new info. So I'll read it very quickly. It's from Nicole Rand 89, so 4 years younger than me. Congratulations. The subject is Tom Colicchio approved. And the body of the review is the hosts are hilarious. Not to mention you get to hear what they ate last night. And only last night. And here's the edit. Chefs, I have procured for you a piece of breaded baked haddock, waffle fries, and mashed potatoes. Nicole, thank you for the review. That's too many potatoes in one meal.
You had mashed potatoes and waffle fries?
Yes.
That woman is a hero.
Yeah, that's fish and chips.
I'm hoping that she's dipping the waffle fries in the mashed potatoes and eating
Yeah.
them. I'll co-sign that.
That's nice. And maybe the waffle fries, kind of like Bryan was saying, are acting as utensils. So maybe it's only like 3 very large waffle fries that she's using as like a fork or a spoon.
Yeah.
I want to walk through my experience with this review.
Mm-hmm.
A couple weeks ago, I saw
Alright.
it. Of course, I
Alright.
saw it. I checked
course you
every
saw it.
hour.
You didn't say anything though.
I didn't say shit, but I saw it. I saw the first part, and I said, "That's very nice. Thank you, Nicole. Always nice to meet a fan." And then week goes by, magically disappears, and I gotta tell you, I'm panicking. Like, what happened to Nicole? Has Nicole changed her mind? What has happened? I don't know. I don't have answers.
Were you
Apple
worried that it was
won't
another Julie situation?
Julie situation.
Is
Oh,
that the name?
Jill.
Jill.
Theirs were bad both times, though.
Yeah. I know. But it went away and it came back worse.
It did come back worse.
And see, this is where my panic was. I was like,
Yeah.
it's gone away. And
Yeah.
what happened last time was it was bad and it got worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what happens. And so I was thinking, this is good, and now it's going to be bad. They heard the episode.
They
they're like,
listened to a
"Changed
full
mine.
episode, changed
This
their
show
mind.
sucks ass."
Said Tom Colicchio not approved.
But no, I checked it this week, and there was a nice edit of what we have been asking you to do. Right what you had for dinner, which is very
Yeah.
sweet.
Kind of
So
makes
thank
me
you.
think they've been listening to multiple episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, Nicole. Whoever
Good
you
on
are.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, what are you doing? What have you been doing so far this summer? Let's talk about it. We're almost in the middle of the longest day of the year was 2 days ago.
Oh my God, it was so long.
Jeez, the solstice.
This month is so long.
Yeah.
It's the longest month.
Yeah.
Well,
30 days.
since we last talked, I think I might have mentioned this in passing, but my first credit in a book from DC Comics appeared after 9 long years away, so
Hell yeah.
that's kind of fun.
Nice.
I'm doing production editor work for them, and I have an irresistible urge to see my name in print at all times, so I'm back in that regard.
Get the word out.
Yeah.
Doing just a whole lot of various freelance things. I was hoping by now I'd have something significant to announce, and I don't, but DC, there I am. And I've also been suffering in this heat,
Mm-hmm.
and I've developed sciatica. So, it's really
Oh, no.
exciting time.
Oh, no.
I know you guys are glad you asked.
Always.
This was my fear of asking. Whenever you ask this question, how you doing? I'm like, please don't tell me something's wrong.
Please don't say you have sciatica. Please.
Can't
keeps
have
happening.
another sciatica
Just you
conversation.
wait, guys. This is coming for you. I'm a little older than you guys, and this is waiting for you. So great. It immobilized me at the end of May.
Oh no.
So
It's
just
coming for me too.
What if
Even
I'm ready?
Jamal?
Even
Even
Jamal?
Jamal? He's
Even
so
me?
sweet.
I don't know. Jamal got very sexy recently, so would that scare it off?
Yeah.
Are you saying I am not sexy?
Well, I had a surgery for my sexiness.
How do I navigate
Yeah.
this?
I know, this is a great question to throw back.
Does the sciatica pain come after you if you have had your horniness surgically removed?
I have not had such a surgery. So.
All right.
Okay.
So maybe I'm in the clear.
What if you're always armed? So it's
Yeah,
like
it
you're
tries to come
prepared
for
for
you.
it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
see, the thing is it's in my leg, not my arms.
I see.
But I carry my gun on my hip.
Yeah, I got a hog leg on my
Yeah.
hip.
I die hard mine, duct tape to the back.
To the back. You can never reach it though, Reaves.
I know.
Every time I
It's
ask you to
short
get
arms.
it, every time I ask you to get it, I'm like, Reaves, now, and you're like,
Oh,
"Ugh,
God.
ugh."
I'm always trying to get in the shower too. Try to use my
Yeah.
loofah to get back there.
And you just
So
hear
hard.
gunshots go off behind you.
Yeah.
So I guess you had. This is gonna be a very personal question. If you have it duct taped to your back,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a really smooth back?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. I like
People
it.
have commented on Reeves's back and how
Yeah.
smooth it is.
Pretty
Yeah.
smooth. Yeah.
That's good because removing the duct tape can be extra painful when it's not.
Sometimes
Let me
people
tell
make
you
comments
this. How
that are-
smooth. Go ahead, Jamal. Yours is probably better.
It's probably not.
I got one too, so let's see what you got.
I was gonna say sometimes people will comment in a sly way like, "Oh, Reeves, would you like to do some roofing work at my house in this hot summer heat? Take your shirt off if you want."
Yeah.
Smooth.
And Reeves, what is yours?
I once went down a slip and slide, and it went so fast because my back is so smooth that I went all the way down the street through the highway next state.
That was better.
And mine was that Rob Thomas did a song with Carlos Santana about it.
Wow. Smooth.
And
And
it's
that's-
like the ocean under the moon.
That's
I
good
guess-
lightning.
I guess that would be suave.
Hmm.
Suave.
Mm.
Rico.
All right, sciatica pains. I hope. Now, what's the treatment for that?
Drugs.
Drugs. Nice. Maybe I want it
Stretching.
now. Drugs and stretching. A yoga retreat. I kind of want this now.
Go for it. If I could gift you, because you guys have been so nice
Ah.
and hospitable, I would happily make any one of you,
Bryan likes it.
recipient of my
yeah.
sciatica if you wanted. Unfortunately, science has not worked out the best way to gift sciatica,
Typical scientist behind the curve.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get on it.
Just
A lot
when
of
you
other
need
things
to
you
do
can.
something.
A lot of
Yeah.
other things you can share pretty easily.
Stop telling me that the church is wrong and do this.
Oh, science. Got okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Science
I got
first
it.
faith.
me now? Do you understand
yeah.
what I'm
Took
doing?
me a second, sorry.
Great.
It's the same as the emotion that I get from you and
So you've been listening to this whole season since you started this season with us. What is your review of us effort-wise this season?
I do feel some renewed effort, even though you guys seem to hate the season.
it's not great.
All right. That's fair. That's
We're not in
beyond
the
fair.
minority there.
See, this is
But-
why we need the fans on. We get it right from the fans.
In
Mhm.
fairness, it was kind of a mess season.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I know
agree.
we will get into it more, but there are probably reasons why. But I understand if not everybody was enthused about this season.
Are you excited to go back to season 8 with us?
Yes, but then if you guys opt out on season 9, I will fully understand because that season's terrible.
Oh no. They give us a good one and go right back to a bad one. Oh no.
God,
Everyone
going back
prepare.
to season 8's going to be insane. I don't know
I
what's going.
I'm very excited. We stopped right before Restaurant Wars too.
Oh yeah, we did.
Did
That's
we?
right.
Hell
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm
It's gonna be
excited to
jumping
watch it.
right back into the drama. That'd be good.
Like nothing ever happened. Like,
nothing
we're just
ever
getting back into
happened.
it. We won't even acknowledge we've been gone
Yeah.
for 14 weeks.
It's
I'm
like
excited.
A very long side quest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Invites have gone out to some of the top chefs of this season. We'll see if any of them bite and want to come on the show. So, really, fingers crossed for old Savannah to come on the show. It's my personal favorite of the season. So, we'll see.
You're not alone. Fans like Savannah.
All
Do I
right.
recognize any of these names from Top Chef season 9?
You don't have to look it up now. We're gonna do a season on it, Brian. So
Yeah,
I don't
don't.
recognize anybody.
You know what?
Don't
Just wait
yeah.
until the fall. I think fall, like late fall.
Yeah. Just wait.
Yeah.
We might be recording somewhere else by then too. Well, me and
Ooh,
Reaves,
yeah.
anyways.
Oh man, I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
Did Tom go as a report card? Is that thing that still happens? Maybe we'll do it next week. Maybe we'll do it next week.
I think it's next week.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I checked my mail and only something from the DMV was there.
What was it? The thing that said that your license got revoked?
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. Too many points.
Too many points. I scored too many points in the basketball game.
That's what they do.
They took my license away. They said, "How you gonna get to the championship game next year if you can't drive, Jamal?"
And
It's weird.
I think you got to stop playing those games with the police officers because I think they're trying to purposely not have you play again because you don't have any transportation to get there.
Yeah, well, it's not just that I'm playing a game against the cops. It's the stuff I say to them when I'm talking shit on the court. And I'm like, someone shoots a 3 and misses it. And I'm like, thin blue line, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your foot was behind the thin blue line.
Yeah, your foot was behind the thin blue line, huh? And
That's
then,
what people think.
when
People see all these videos of it's like a cop playing basketball, these inner city youth. Like, this is what real cops do. It's all fake because what they're really doing is getting points for them. Take the license away.
Yeah. I stole the ball from a cop, and then I took it down to the other end, did a layup, and on the way back I said, "How do you like stop and frisk?"
What did he say?
He pulled his gun out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it duct taped to his back?
It
'cause
was.
You were on the court.
It was. He had his friend because we were doing shirts and skins, and they were all skins, which they adamantly were like, "We want to be skins." We're like, "Nah, keep your shirts on, dog."
Nothing is scarier as a fat kid than when someone says, "Let's do shirts and skins." You're ruin your fucking day. You're like, "Who's the basketball?" All right, shirts and skins. You're like, "Oh dear God."
You guys can't remember me wearing my shirt is on your team?
What
We
are
all
your
look the
options, Brian? If it's like in your mind, you're in a scenario where you're like, I'm not taking this off. Is it run? Fight?
Is it run? Is it I'm
Freeze?
switching teams? Is it I'll play in the
Fight or
next game?
flight or freeze. Fight, flight or freeze. The 3 Fs.
Mm-hmm.
What I would do is I would freeze,
Mm.
and then, but like so frozen. People are like, "Brian, okay?" And I just don't move for the rest. I don't move.
Wow.
And people stuff happen around me. They're
Chameleon.
like, "Wow, something's really wrong." And
Yeah.
it's all clear. I move,
Okay.
and then they're like, "Hey man, what happened the other day?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I played the whole game.
Well, you weren't
Get a big
moving.
dunk.
Get in their head.
Yeah.
No, I would be like, I have to be on shirts.
Yeah.
Whatever team I'm on has to be shirts.
Yeah.
You're like, why, Brian? You're like, I can't. It doesn't come off.
You know what I hate? I hated when that person would come up to you and be like, "No one cares, man." I do.
And yes, you do.
And yes, you do.
You can say that, but as
You
soon
can
as I
say
do
it.
it, you're gonna
As soon
say
as I
some
do
shit.
it, you're gonna be like, "All right."
Oh man, that dude is fat. Like, oh, here's what I also love: when people say like, "We already know you're fat with the shirt on." No, you don't.
No, you don't.
not.
It's being
But
hidden
that's a
right
pretty
now.
nice thing to say when you think about it. They're trying to they're trying to really just remove all the stress that you have with
Yeah.
it. They're just throwing it away. Just throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I can't stand when they do that. I used
So-
to
Thank
like
you
that.
for that.
Sometimes my sports is a little shaky.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just standing there the whole time, just frozen to the floor,
Yeah.
somebody does a play where like it bounces off of you
Uh-huh.
and gets into the basket, will you get the point for the rebound?
If it bounces off me, so this is where the shakiness will come into play. I'll get an assist. If it bounces off me, they catch it, they get a score. It's an assist. The only thing I'm worried about is if they do go through my legs, I am unfrozen.
Yeah.
Because we do play
That makes
pull
sense.
freeze tag rules.
Yeah.
Go through the legs, you're unfrozen.
Of course. So I have, and this is going to shock you, the opposite problem.
Mm-hmm.
Where, and I don't play basketball. I swim competitively.
Mm-hmm.
There I always have to keep my shirt on.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to take their shirt off.
Yeah.
And so
It's the same problem as me. You said opposite, it's the same thing.
holy shit. So Brian, man,
I wear the light.
we're not different. You and
No,
me, we're
no.
the same. We both, in sports situations, keep our clothes on. Difference being you freeze, I sink to bottom of pool.
Okay, yeah, there's the difference there.
Yeah. If Reaves is forced to take his shirt off and get in the pool, he just goes right down.
Yeah.
Like the
and everyone knows
Deepwater
he's armed.
Horizon.
Everyone sees the gun on his back.
Harpoon. Oh, yeah, gun.
Smooth ass fucking back.
All right, shall we talk about what we had for dinner last night?
I guess so.
All right, this is a
Please.
segment called Chefs I Prepared for You. This is where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and we present it as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a winner, but there will not be a vote because voting is... You don't have any power in voting, all right? There's no power in voting.
No, they like to make you think that you do.
Yeah, and if you think you have power in voting, just get ready to watch the debates in a couple weeks, and you tell me if you actually have any power in voting. All right.
My Alexa keeps having this ad that keeps saying how Trump and Biden are preparing for the debate, and my brain just goes. I just go like, oh, one's not.
Yeah, one is just going to show up.
One is just like fucking doing just like hanging out eating McDonald's.
Yeah,
The other one's sleeping. So what are you preparing?
that's both of them aren't.
They ain't preparing.
All right, chefs, I procured
And
for
why
you.
debate? There's no voting. Sorry, go.
Chefs, I procured for you.
This is like 4 procures in a row for you, my man.
Hey, man, I've been busy schedule. I was
He's a
in
busy
Baltimore last night
Okay,
Doing a
we on the
show.
wharf.
doing a show, not on the wharf, in was it North Charles Street? I think.
Ria
I don't-
Zissimos.
No, different place.
Okay.
I think it was called like the Royal Palace. I think is what it's called.
Okay, for the
well-
king.
Yeah, dog. I had steak frites and pretzel donuts rolled in cinnamon sugar with a vanilla drizzle.
Pretzel donut. What is a pretzel donut?
Yeah.
So they were like pretzel dough, but they were fried like a donut.
Salt on them bad boys? Big, thick, crunchy salt?
No, just the dough.
Good to me.
They were rolled in cinnamon sugar. So, you know,
Mustard
I
inside?
had to try them. Yes, they were filled with mustard on the inside.
Good, just like my pretzels.
They do mustard ice cream, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did mustard donut.
Mhm.
They're doing donuts with all sorts of crazy things these
They
days.
really
My wife and
are.
I, the other weekend, got these things called spud nuts. And they're
Oh,
made with
boy.
potato flour and not flour. Here's
Were
the
they
thing,
crunchy?
they tasted like donuts. No. They were fucking awesome, though. They were
Mm.
like...
So, Jamal,
Yeah, dog.
this pairing, steak and donuts,
Uh-huh.
was this intentional? The chef wanted you to have both these things together, or was this
Also
a
had an
selection?
espresso martini, but keep going.
Okay,
yeah.
go off,
Okay.
Queen. Let's get wild, okay?
Let's
Let-
fucking go,
Did it have the
bro.
beans floating on top?
It did, 2 beans.
That's what I fucking love when the
Yeah.
beans are on top.
That's how I knew it was coffee.
Let's go, baby.
Take those beans home. I'm gonna grind these up later.
When
I
I
was-
plant the fucking fucking coffee plant, dog, give it my own.
I
You
made
gotta
this,
see me there. I make my own from now on, baby. I'm a farmer. Let's get it.
I
Let's get it.
embarrassed myself at the bar because I took a bite out of the beans. It's like, these taste bitter. And they're like, you're not supposed to eat them.
I like a coffee bean. You ever had a chocolate coffee bean?
No.
It's tasty. Little crunch.
You get that,
Oh, it was a
that
crunch, all
sweet, that sweet bitterness.
But yeah, I had a espresso martini as well, and then drove back to DC to do another show at 9 p.m.
Damn.
This fucking guy.
and then went to Church Key and had tater tots and a classic martini.
Classic martini. I don't like martinis. They're gross.
I don't either. I ordered improperly. I meant to
So-
say Manhattan.
This second martini, was it vodka or gin?
Oh, I think it was vodka. Pretty sure. It was like just a little lemon tweel inside. I don't
No
know if that was-
olives.
No olives, and I was like, I don't know if this was classic or not.
That is
Olive.
with
You know
a
what a
twist.
dirty.
Yeah,
You know what a dirty martini is.
yeah.
Olive
The
juice in it.
bartender did come over and say, "What can I get you guys to drink?" And I tried to do the James Bond thing where I said, "Do I fucking care?" Like, but it didn't work. He didn't get the reference. He was like, "Why are you being so hostile?" I was like, "Oh, I was trying to do the James Bond thing."
He's like,
He didn't
well,
get
that's
it.
not my bone.
Yeah, that's not my Bond.
Hashtag not my bond.
Yeah,
Pierce forever.
yeah.
Oh, Pierce forever.
Ah, Pierce Brosnan is James Bond. Wow.
Chefs, I prepared for you salmon bowl. I've made this before. It's a little
Mhm.
bit of sushi rice, some salmon, some cucumber, little Persian cucumber that I chop up and put in there, and some avocado. That's it. I mean, it's got a sauce.
The sauce, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's soy sauce with some scallions and some ginger and 4 or 5 different types of oil. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
Toasted sesame.
Oh yeah, baby. Sesame. We got canola in there. Others that I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there's a vinegar in there as well.
Petroleum.
Yeah.
Petroleum.
Petrol. Yeah. We're English.
Mhm.
That's what I had.
Hell yeah.
Is this a cold dish or a warm dish?
Good question. It's warm. If you served it cold, which it sounds like it could be done cold,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be very good. Or at least it probably could be. I just don't know how to prepare it that way.
Just leave it out for a while.
Yeah. Lukewarm.
I'm sure that's safe.
Yeah, it's fish.
Room temp.
Yeah. Chefs, last night I prepared for you shakshuka. It's very easy to make. Just get a big can of tomatoes. You get a pepper, red. You get 6 eggs, chicken, onion, garlic. Just jalapeno in there. Spice up a little. Throw it in there. Cook it all up. Put the eggs in there. Cook them too long. Turn into hard-boiled eggs because you're scared of raw eggs.
Yes.
Dunk a little sourdough bread in there.
Bryan, do you want to know the cooking trick about cooking sunny side up eggs?
How was that?
If you get all of the white yolk to be cooked through, you should be fine.
Well, but these are floating in tomato sauce.
I know.
And a lot of it stayed jelly.
Oh,
I would look at it, it would look jelly. I was like, another minute.
Yeah.
Put the lid back on it. Come back, a little jelly. Put the lid on it. Come back. These are hard-boiled eggs now.
Yeah.
I was like, they were almost jammy. Like maybe one of them was jammy, what I would have been okay with, but the others were just hard-boiled. And it kind of it doesn't have the same experience as shakshuka that has like nice runny eggs in it. So bread was good. The feta cheese was good.
Okay. From what I've heard, you can't get sick from the yolk. It's the egg white part that'll get you sick if it's not cooked all the way through.
But the yellow parts, that's the most of it.
Yeah, but that's almost pure gold, dog.
Yeah. Rocky drank it. He was fine. He lost the
Yeah,
fight, but he won it
fine.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
What part's the protein? The white or the yellow? Both.
The white.
It's
The white?
yeah.
Well, I think both
technically.
has it, but the yellow's more fat content.
Yeah. Just the nutrients are in the yellow, I believe.
That's why you hear wrestlers only have egg whites and steak.
Yeah.
And then they die in their 50s.
Yeah, they're on it because they're on a cut.
So strong.
Yeah. Too strong.
Yeah, they cut out early.
Too strong for this life, baby.
Chefs, I prepared for you 2 individually wrapped Rice Krispie treats.
Okay.
It's not a competition, but you're winning. All right.
And basically it's because this fun with sciatica means sometimes my drugs make me just go to sleep at random times.
Mhm.
So like if I pass out during this podcast, don't worry.
All right.
Won't.
And so that meant I just slept through dinner time, woke up, had a couple Rice Krispie treats, went back to bed.
Okay. I thought you were going to say that you had 2, wanted to have 3, but fell asleep. A real meal is 3. You had planned to eat 3 Rice Krispie treats, ate 2, fell asleep.
I did eat 2 and fall asleep.
Are these the big ones? Are these the kind with the little elves on them? You know the guys, right? Snap, Crackle, and Pop?
Well, the elves are on the box. They're not
Yeah.
on the treat itself.
Okay.
I want to be clear about that.
Yeah.
These aren't minis, right? These are adult size.
Yeah, like the little
Okay.
brick size, I guess.
Now, you said they're individually wrapped. Were these white elephant gifts that you were holding on to?
No, but who would give away, the Rice Krispie treat in that scenario?
That's true. If I
I
open
would.
that in a white elephant gift exchange, I'm keeping it.
It's a Rice Krispie treat. That's for me. That's for me.
I'll trade
Nobody
you this
steal
gift
it.
card.
Yeah, also, here's a bottle of booze, too.
Yeah, well, in this weather, I have to admit, even if I'd stayed awake, possibly instead of cooking, it just would have been Rice Krispie treats for that. So
I get it.
That's our summer hack for this episode, folks. Too hot for food. Rice Krispie treat.
Yeah.
that's right. You may say, doesn't it get a little sticky in the heat? And it starts out a little sticky, so
So, yeah, it can't get sticky. It's already sticky.
yeah.
That's what you're going for. If it's not sticky, it's wrong.
Yeah, if you open up a
Exactly.
Rice Krispie treat and it's like smooth, I mean, I'm still gonna finish it, but
Yeah, I'm not going to eat it.
yeah, I'm not gonna enjoy it though.
So yeah, that was my gourmet fare. I hope it lives up to your standards.
It does. I mean, quite honestly, that's pretty good. Okay,
We're spending a
now
lot of
this-
time, and I apologize for this. I'm so sorry. Do the things back up though, really quick. The other day, I did make sloppy joes, and it's been such a long time. And I ate it when
Too
Carrie
long.
wasn't here, and I told her that I had it, and she said, "Do you remember when I used to get mad at you for eating sloppy joes?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I did it a lot." And I had forgot about that time, and she brought it up that I would do it almost weekly and talk about it on this podcast, and I forgot about that. And that was this show. That was this show. We did
that
that.
was this show. So wait a minute, you did that? Was it like a subconscious thing? Like she was gone, you're like, ooh, Carrie's away. Time for Bryan to play.
I know she won't eat it, so it's just like, what am I gonna do? And I just like made
Oh,
it, and I was trying to be. Here's what I did though to be healthy. I used half the can. I didn't use the whole can because the whole can, the calories were so much.
Uh-huh.
And I used ground turkey, and that only used one bun. The rest was ate on. I'm killing the game right now. I'm
Nice,
peak man right now, just living my best life.
nice, good for you.
I love that conversation you had with your doctor about like going forward. What are the healthy choices I can make? And he's like, okay, here's how you can make sloppy joes, extremely healthy.
Yeah, turkey, half of the sauce.
Hey man,
Half the can.
Yeah.
But so now my last question here: when Carrie said that, was it with anger, or was it kind of like, do you remember, like kind of like funny laughing, or was
she
she
sort
like,
of did it.
do you remember I told you to stop?
She sort of did it like a Seinfeld bit. Like it was more like
Mm.
she was more like it's something that she had observed.
I see.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you remember? You were always eating these sloppy joes, right? And I'd be like, you better stop it. No, I thought that would be funny. It didn't really hit.
I knew what you were going for.
All
Who
right,
wins?
so now we
We're-
have to figure out who's gonna win. You cannot vote, so I'm just gonna make a selection. And Snap, Crackle, and Pop were my favorite rap group, so I'm gonna vote for Rachel.
You're gonna
I mean,
vote
not
for
vote.
who?
I'm gonna pick. I'm choosing. Whew. Did I
Jesus
say vote? I didn't
Christ.
say vote. I'm choosing to go with the meal that Rachel had.
Okay.
I am a fan of doing something twice well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why if I were to pick someone, I would pick Rachel and the duo of Rice Krispie treats.
Almost like a second term of Rice
Fantastic.
Krispies.
Fantastic.
Second turn, fingers crossed.
Here's what's gonna happen now with my selection.
Uh-huh. Second term
What are
goes
the
both ways,
rules?
by the way.
What are the rules? Even if it's skip a term, what are the rules to this portion of
It
our
starts
show
over,
here?
Are the rules? What are the rules?
The rules are you
What
can't vote
the
for yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not voting. I choose myself.
Wow. Got around the rules.
Well, loophole, baby.
Loophole.
Hey, this Valentine's Day, chefs I prepared for you. I choose
Loop.
myself.
Loophole fiasco over here. All right.
Kick push.
Well, if you were trying to figure out a way to
Rachel a turn.
Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm so sorry. Oh my
Um,
goodness.
Well, so part of me wants to go with Bryan because I also struggle with getting eggs right in a shakshuka. That is
Scary.
a tough struggle, and I have not quite figured out that cook time either.
The struggle is real, they say, as the kids are saying.
That's what I hear the kids do. But if I were at a restaurant and I saw pretzel donuts, I'd be like, I have to find out what this is like. And for that reason, I am choosing Jamal.
Okay. So that's a vote for me. I mean,
It's not a vote.
a choice for me. A choice for me. Bryan chose himself.
I think Rachel
Reaves chose
was one that was
Rachel.
chosen.
I chose Rachel twice.
Rachel got 2 choices.
Okay, well, since you got 2 choices, I assume that means you're cruising to a win. We'll be right back after this. Pod-chap. All right, it's time to talk about the actual episode, the actual finale of season 21 of Top Chef. Reaves, let's get into it.
So, do we want to talk at the top about the episode itself and the editing, or do we want to hit it as we go through?
Let's hit it right now.
So let's address the elephant in the room here. The editing in this episode was
Wild.
bad.
Yeah.
It led us in one direction until the very end, and then all of a sudden it turned out that someone else won.
Yeah, it made us think that someone was sabotaging someone in the kitchen the entire episode.
Yes, that too, exactly. And we investigate on this podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
We put in the hours, we put in the work.
It's like cereal,
Yes,
but spelled like CEREA. That's clever, right? Because we're doing food. No one else did that.
Rice Krispies.
That's brand new.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I dove deep in on this because I said,
Thank you.
"What's happening here? This doesn't make sense to me." It didn't feel like a narrative choice, to present it that way. And of course, I listened to another podcast to figure out.
God, which one?
I don't know,
Say
one
it.
of the ringer ones. Gail was on it, and so Gail addressed it.
Huh.
She said,
Better not.
"You're right."
Pack your knives.
It was not.
Okay.
She was like, "You're right. The editing." She said, "First of all, editing it's so hard. These guys got so many cameras,
Yeah, they got
and there's
such a hard
so
job.
much that they capture. And you know what happens afterwards? They got to put all those
All of
cameras
it
together
at the same time.
and look at all
Audio's
of them.
gotta line up.
Yeah, all the angles got to make sense.
Yes,
I mean, given my job, background, and all, editing is hard, people.
See?
it is.
Yeah,
We
that's
have
what we're
An
saying.
expert here, armchair expert in that they sit in a chair and do it.
Yes. In
Yeah.
fact, you were seeing my office where the magic happens, so the big white wall tells you so much.
Well, that's the creative wall. Anything can go there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a white wall.
Yeah.
So she mentioned that you don't want it to be super clear who's winning, and then that person wins. That's not fun. You want to, but you also don't want to go too far the other way, and that's what they did. They went a little too far the other way, and it wasn't clear who was going to win, because for them during the meal, it was very clear that we're going to get into it anyway. Danny's food was
Well,
better
and
than
way
everyone.
above.
Yes, consistently way above everyone else, and that they also, again, we'll get into it. There were a lot of big mistakes that Dan made that completely
We're
got
not
him
discussed.
out. Yes. This was such a controversy that Gail said the next morning after the show, 10 a.m., bring. Oh, who's that? Oh, Big T calling me.
No.
From the bed?
Yeah, I was going to say, she said call. I was like, okay. Right. But apparently he called her and was like, what was that? That was weird. You remember what we did and what we tasted and what we said? That wasn't on the screen.
That wasn't on the show. That explains why TC was fighting the minions off in his Twitter chat or his Twitter channel. He was.
I can't wait for that movie. Tom versus the Minions.
Banana. The fact that Tom is responding to Twitter people is a bad look for Tom.
Yeah.
Anytime you have to anytime you are a celebrity, let's just say it, Tom's a celebrity. He's a friend to us.
We're okay saying it.
First
He's a
name basis
celebrity.
with him. And I'm okay saying that he's a celebrity. He's a big name. He's huge. People know who he is. Big guy.
Yeah.
If you're responding to people on Twitter, people who are perfect day for banana fish at silly bleep,
That's amazing.
message Tom.
Mm-hmm.
He responded to that person at silly bleep. Mrs. W, Purple Heart Star Sunflower at Beaches 0411. He responded to them.
And what's
Yeah.
he saying? Like, shut the fuck up or something like that?
In like more words than that. Yeah. Also, you are the head judge and a producer on this show. You're gonna tell me that this is the first time you've seen this? And if so, that's on you, motherfucker.
That's on you, dog.
Your name's all over this.
Mm-hmm.
If you say I'm a producer on this happened, I'm in charge, and you know what you do? You taste your food before you serve your food.
Oh shit.
Dang.
And I'm sorry to be direct, Tom. I know that we're friends, and this is hard. This is gonna hurt. But if you don't taste your food and you serve it to me and it tastes like shit,
Going home, dog.
yeah, pack your knives and leave, homie. That tastes like shit. That's what this is. You served us a piece of shit episode. Your name's all over it.
Rachel.
Head judge, producer.
Rachel, so what did you think of all this?
Well, I think Bryan is correct, and he's going to get a hell of a disappointing report card next week.
No, that's right. That's not come out yet. I take it back. I take it back.
Well, you said it already, so it's out there.
Jamal said it.
We don't.
Tom is an executive producer, and if he thinks the editing isn't correct, then he had a hand in the show. I don't really know how much he sees the footage before it's assembled or anything like that, but it is stupid for him to respond to random Twitter people.
Yep.
You just don't do that. And
No.
he is executive producer. If he has a problem with the editing, that is partly on him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
my only beef with this initial discussion, and it's kind of a long-running one, why do you guys really get convinced that Gail's only there because she's doing Tom? Is that what you really think of professional women in high-status positions?
Us?
Yes, you.
No, we don't think that she's only there because of that. She's also there. Like, she's doing that on top of
this. This is a long-running bit of them having the date in Last Chance Kitchen.
I know, and I have to tell you, I've waited this long to bring it up, but
Oh no, gotcha journalism.
Do you not think that there's any flirtatiousness going on between the two of them?
No, my God, they've been doing this show forever. They probably, are like related. That would probably gross them out.
Are they related? I didn't know that. Are they really related?
No. It's like how they feel about each other. Like they've known each other for so long that they probably can finish each other's sentences at this point. But I do not see anything flirtatious. And, as a professional woman, I would hate to be reduced to that myself. So, just throwing it out there.
Well,
okay.
I would. Well, I like to think that I'm treating Gail like a. What's that sauce that they make?
Oh, this is not going well.
What sauce? And who's they?
Nah, let's just move on.
Hey,
I will say,
note taken.
Yeah,
note
We'll
taken.
stop.
I will say though, there was a rumor that people on the show were hooking up, and we just said that it was them.
Yeah, we just ran with
Yeah,
it.
we're running with a bit here.
Point taken,
But
though.
the bits dried up, I think. Time to find a new bit. Maybe we should go. And we can't go. And we can't go back to the old bits about me in a do-rag and Tom talking to me black or anything.
We
so
can't
we
do
gotta
that
find something
one.
else.
We got
Yeah,
rid of
can't do
all of them. We can't do them anymore.
Or
So
we
we
gotta
gotta
find
If
a
you
new bit.
want to do a whole bit about them being related, like I'm sure there is something you can.
Okay. They're related. That's a new angle we haven't really digested.
That's gonna be tough for me. I'll try, I guess.
The brother sister judge pair. And that's why they had to babysit Kristen Kirsch at Quickfire Chicken. Quickfire. At the Quickfires.
What's
Or the
that
Top
sauce
Chef
that
Kitchen.
they make?
This is not going well already.
So we open on the fucking cruise ship, the Euro Dam. All the
Is
chefs.
it empty? Is it just them on there?
It's
There's not other
completely
people
empty.
on
It's a
there.
ghost ship. Other than them, but there is a captain. We see Captain Mark. He tells them they're approaching Aruba, and then I thought this was weird. He cocked a gun. I don't know what he was gonna do with that. But we do see all the chefs talking to their loved ones. They got their FaceTimes going, which is very sweet. You never really see someone like, when you tell them, oh, finale, you never really see a family member be like, really? You made the finale? What, did someone die or something?
Yeah.
How did you
Someone
get
get kicked off? Someone get kicked out? Someone pull a Marcel?
So, this is the finale. No quick fire.
No, right into it.
We go right into the elimination challenge, and it's the same one we do, which I like every year. It's the chefs are challenged with cooking the best 4-course progressive. It has to be progressive, okay?
Progressive.
Meal.
No MAGA meal.
No.
Yeah, no MAGA
Nope.
meals.
It's got to be progressive.
It's
Not
gotta
on
be
this boat.
progressive, BLM approved. Asian Pacific Islander approved.
What else you got?
Pride approved. It's got to be progressive meal. Cannot just be meat and white potatoes.
And
I believe in the woman's choice to pick which meal she wants.
which course?
Yeah.
As is tradition, we roll out the loser parade. So all the people that have been eliminated, this is Laura, Manny, Michelle, Sue, Amanda, and Kalina, were brought back to potentially be Sue's.
Which is proof that we said Sue would be in the finals, and he is.
He is, so we were right.
We were right.
Sort of.
Called
He
that.
was there for a little bit.
Didn't
No,
say
we were
that he
right.
would be competing, just said he's going to be in the finals.
That's right. Fact check it.
Fact check us.
Dan chooses Amanda.
Black check me. Fact check us.
Danny chooses Manny. And Savannah chooses Michelle.
I cannot believe nobody chose Sue to be their Sue.
That's what I can't believe. I can't believe Danny didn't pick Sue. I
Yeah.
thought Danny was going to pick Sue. And I said, if I was up there, I was like, okay, I'm looking through the list. I'm not going to pick Manny. Who else is up here to pick? And he gets picked immediately. I'm like, okay.
I will say this about Manny. One, I am predisposed to like him because he's from Colorado. I'm from Colorado. It's contractually obligated that I have to root for him.
All
Plus,
right.
he was very good looking. But to go back to the editing,
You're not boiling him down to his looks, are you?
I will objectify. He won the first challenge. He can
He
cook.
did.
All right.
So to go back to the editing thing, I knew who won before I watched the episode. So going into the episode knowing who's won makes the editing a little, problem a little different for me.
Wait, how'd you know?
The internet is amazing. I watched it the next day on
So
Peacock.
much info on the internet.
Thank you for saying Peacock.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you so much. They're going to love that.
So what I noticed through the editing is what a strong focus there was on Danny having to guide Manny and be a strong leader in that regard. And that's what made me go, that makes sense that he was the winner, because he really managed a difficult chef into producing good dishes with him. But
Yeah.
I only know that, I only had that interpretation knowing who had won already, so I was looking for the justification.
Whereas we were all watching being like, he's doomed.
Right.
Yeah, it felt like the reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing that Manny did directly affected what the outcome of the food, except for like the melon thing.
The cantaloupe. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were walking around shopping and he was like looking for Manny, I was like, oh, it started already.
Someone did a caca. Someone did.
Hoo-dee-hoo.
Someone.
Yeah,
Yeah. Someone
that
did a
was
hootie hoo.
Yeah.
My wonderful wife, who's a half fan of the show, said, "You're not Carla Hall. What are you doing?"
Man.
Wow.
Secret huge fan.
And if your wife is saying it, then I'll be
Everyone
doing
is
it.
saying
Yeah.
it.
So the chefs head to the grocery store, and a really cool thing, speaking of editing, happens while they're in the car. We have a big screen, right, of the show, and then it becomes a slightly smaller screen to make way for a very large QR code.
Biggest QR code.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
I
Wells
thought that
Fargo.
was I thought that was just because I was watching it on Peacock, but
Nope.
it happened
Nope.
on
No.
Bravo too.
It happened
And
on
it's
Bravo.
a
on
nice-
YouTube TV
Yeah.
happened for me too.
And it's
Yeah.
really cool that it happens on other platforms. And so if other people were wondering, oh, I don't pay to have ads removed, like someone like me, covered in money. Of course, even if you pay to have the ads
Ripping.
removed, that shit still happens.
Yeah, they got it. They worked you.
Yeah.
And so thank you, Peacock, for that again.
That shit was so big.
It was huge, and it went on for so long.
That fucking picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
Top Chef.
So they head to the market, the fish market, and Dan wants some tuna and a little sardines.
He
Give me
wants
a
these
couple-
big sardines.
Give me these little big sardines.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked and I don't know, what do you call someone that works in like a seafood? It's not a butcher.
Fishmonger.
Monger.
Yeah, I would say the fishmonger.
Monger. So he
Beautiful word. Beautiful language.
beautiful language.
When I worked at Giant Foods, he was called the fish clerk.
The guy who worked at the fish
Yeah,
department.
Yeah.
Monger.
A
So-
fishmonger is someone who sells raw fish and seafood.
Dan asks the individual. They were like, do you want to clean? It's kind of hard to hear. I watched it with subtitles, and it says, like, do you want me to clean it for you? And he's like, sure. And then she starts cooking it.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Wait, is
wait
she
a
cooking
second.
it? Is she cooking it?
She cooking it?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, she cooking it? Is she cooking it?
How come they didn't like scream, "Don't cook it! Take it out now"?
I think that's kind of what happened, but she'd already started, and then he
Or
starts.
maybe that's
rubbing
an
his
edit
head.
that we didn't see as well.
Yeah. Sort of rubbing his head, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll take the snapper.
I guess. And I'll snap
How did
these
you
in half.
throw it in the oven or something? Like, is that what she did?
Well,
they don't show. They actually don't show her cooking.
me-
They show her like taking out paper to put it in.
Let me walk
and
you
have it
through
on a tray.
what happens as someone who worked behind the guts of a grocery store. When you plebes come to the counter and you ask for fish, what happens is there's all kinds of microwaves and quick heaters back there. They just slop it in there real fast into some kind of plastic container that melts into your food somewhat. And then
I
they
fucking love when delis do that.
All
they
right.
pull it out, steaming hot, and give it to you. And they wrap it in more saran wrap that will leach more chemicals into your food. And like, this
Hey
is
man,
how-
we're 85% plastic already.
Yeah, this is how I like my seafood to taste. So that's what happened. They probably just threw it into one of their microwaves back there.
Educational, this podcast.
Y'all think we just talk about bullshit?
No, bro.
we
we're
be living
educating
this.
You.
We live this.
We are experienced.
Yeah.
Monger. I learned something today.
We're not just E ESPN analysis giving you numbers who just work white collar jobs or blue. We worked at Giant Foods.
Yeah.
I was an I farmed oysters. I'll tell you about oysters.
Yeah.
No one had any this time, so I can't tell you anything.
I worked retail. All right.
I worked on my hands and knees planting seeds in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He was a gardener.
Coffee
Yes.
seeds.
Coffee seeds, coffee.
And Rachel's an editor.
Yeah, but at one point I did work a deli counter.
Did you put chicken parm in a plastic bowl and then put it in the microwave and then put it on my sandwich?
I'll never tell.
Yes, you did. Authentic Italian deli. Put it in the little plastic carryout thing, microwave for 30 seconds. Get the fuck out of here.
Tell you this, I can tell you all about the Boar's Head line of products.
They got some good products.
Yeah, that was some good
You
meats.
put a boar's head sign in a window, I'm stopping in.
Oh, yeah.
You'll catch me in that
Hey,
place.
Mom!
Which one
they
you
got
want?
the
Give me
boar's
the
head
boar's
here.
head.
I'm having the boar's head. They got them crazy meats.
I trust the boar. So back on the boat, Savannah says, Michelle, go ahead and make a pasta for the second time in your life.
Okay, so wait, so this is actually where kind of the editing is weird for me because, again, first episode, Michelle was in the top for her pasta.
Yep.
Yes.
So at what point did her pasta making abilities go away?
I don't know. Well,
But I
she
think
hasn't
got,
been cooking
she
it.
got lucky with it because
Yeah, I think she got
she never
lucky.
does it.
Yeah.
Did she make a stuffed pasta for the first one?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
that
roll.
was the
something.
challenge.
Yeah.
Man, nothing's worse than a thick like stuffed pasta. It fucking ruins it. It's so
I think
bad.
she got lucky the first time, and then now she was like, "Oh boy, I'm really doing it."
Yeah. Well, it's not my finale, so I don't
And
know.
there's only $250,000 on the line for
But
someone
thank you.
else.
At least in the edit, Savannah didn't like throw her under the bus though.
Yeah.
It was just
Well,
like,
yeah.
what'd you do? This is what I did.
Yeah.
You make a lot of pasta? Sometimes. Here's what I did.
So speaking of the treatment of chef to sous chef, we see an interaction between Danny and Manny. I'm going to set the stage and then we'll listen to it.
Mhm.
Danny is intensely working on something, and Manny is at a sink. I think filling up water or something. I don't know. Maybe he's thirsty. Danny turns and is staring, not at Manny, but the sink. The running water, he's just staring at it. And then this clip happens.
Man, you just send it, bro. You're sitting there watching water. Like, we gotta go. Just turn the whole thing on. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Being in the kitchen with Danny brings me back to my fine dining experiences.
Stirring right now. Danny, I want to pick up the speed by 10%, okay?
Yes, but I wasn't expecting anything less from him.
Here.
There's an extra part of this clip where Danny says, me telling Manny I want to increase the speed by 10% is me really saying that I need to go 10% faster. No, you're not. You
Yeah.
actually want Manny to fucking pick it up.
You're doing fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
In
It-
Manny's performance review that he did after the show, he said, "I only said that because I'm accountable for it as well as your
Yeah.
manager, but I had to tell you because you were sucking shit so much.
Yeah.
But we're both in this, baby."
And they were saying that loud enough that Dan and Michelle could hear it as Dan was going over her performance review.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Dan going over Michelle's performance review?
Because on my team, he's the team manager, and Michelle was on my team. So they were back together in the finals. So
You're right.
Yeah,
I
that's
forgot
right.
about your teams. I'm sorry.
No, we talk about it for 4 seconds every episode.
I don't know
what
why
the
you would
teams are.
forget about it.
I have no idea.
I remember it every single time. I know everyone on my team. So then who shows up? Tom and Bam Bam Bigelow himself.
Emerald.
yeah,
Emerald Lagasse.
bam. I loved how people's reactions were to be like somewhat giddy, not believe that he was there, and then to see him and like kind of freak out. And then I love Dan being like, back in 1987, you walked in, you bumped me, and now we're both here.
100 years ago, you ate at my restaurant. I was in the back.
You
didn't
remember it,
see
right?
me.
You
I
remember,
was
right?
no one. You ate my food. Now you're gonna eat my food. Emerald goes, huh. Funny how that is.
Will you sign my plate?
Oh yeah, you got Morimoto to sign your plate? Did
Yeah.
Emerald sign your plate?
Mm.
Something happened at some point. I don't know if it's in this moment or at the table, but Emerald says that something is ephemeral, and that's his name,
F
and no one
Emerald.
talks about it.
F Emerald.
F. Emerald Lagasse. No one talks about it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it.
There's a lot of chatter in between shelves. A lot of people
Yes.
peering in between shelves. And I was like, maybe there was a better way, but I guess it's like tight quarters in a cruise ship kitchen.
What are you making?
Did-
I wanted to.
Did Emerald seem a little low key to you guys?
Yes. Yeah, super low energy.
I was curious if he'd had any like it was so noticeable. I was worried that he might have had a health issue or something. But I couldn't find anything online.
Let's get him on the show.
He
This
might
is the
just be
best place to
tired
talk
of-
about it.
Yeah.
My wife Googled how old is Emerald Lagasse after watching this, and he's only 64.
Really?
Yeah. She also Googled, is he really from Louisiana? He is not.
He
Where's
is
he from?
not.
He
He's
is
from
not.
New England.
Yes. But he's lived there since he was 20. I think he gets a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
But,
transplant.
Yeah,
for
his
sure.
whole thing is New Orleans, Louisiana, and he's from New England.
Well, yeah, he's from there, but I mean, he made his home and his bones in Louisiana.
That's true.
Yeah. When he talked to Baron Samedi and did the voodoo stuff.
Is a Yankee allowed to like?
Oh, I'm allowed to go anywhere. I'm allowed to go anywhere, say anything, as long as it's talking about my people. I'm good. I'm cleared.
Tom lets everyone know that they are required to have breakfast tomorrow morning.
Oh,
They're
goodness,
not going
this
to be having
breakfast.
dinner tonight. Tom is busy. He will not be
Tom's-
having dinner with
yeah.
them tonight.
Tom said fast.
Yeah.
He said,
They
Danny.
probably
it'd be
they
easy for
probably
you."
had some Rice Krispie treats.
Of course.
Man,
Hopefully
if that
we
were,
had
if they
3.
went back to their bunks or their cabins and they saw
Cabins.
Rice Krispie treats on their pillows, that would have been dope.
I'd be stoked on that. I don't eat them
Yeah.
because they're not because they have gelatin in them, but if they were vegan ones, I'd be so excited. So excited. When you Google Emerald Lagasse, there's a headline that comes up from a story from February of last year. Chef Emerald Lagasse, and passing the torch to his son as he joins the family business. Quote, he did it on his own. No, he did not.
No, he built his whole name on his own. He built it on his own. He had no help.
So at breakfast, there's a lot of boring shit. People are talking about what they're going to do with the money or whatever. Who cares?
I love that the sous chefs aren't invited.
No. No sous. Not at the captain's table.
Can I ask, is this cruise actually a real cruise or not?
Are they on the water?
Are there other people? Well, they went somewhere.
Well, that's what I asked. But I think
but I don't know if
it's a lot of people to make a cruise go.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's like a test trial for the ship, so they don't have any actual guests, so it's empty, or there are guests and they just keep buying out an entire restaurant when it's at the downtime.
I think they're not there.
Yeah, I don't think they're there. I have not seen anyone in the background.
No. Would you guys be pissed off if you made it to Top Chef? If you were Dan and you've tried out 13 years for Top Chef, and you get on and it's the state you live in, and then when you go for your finale, it's on a cruise ship.
I'd be a little upset.
Yeah, but remember that one season where their big destination was Tucson?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, I will never forget that.
Oh, my God. I've been to Tucson. Wow. Wow.
So let's get to it. The dishes. The judges are there. Emerald's there. We have the Top Chef Canada judge, David, I think it's Zilber, and a whole bunch of different people are there. Kristen's very emotional about this. She's very excited about being able to say, you are Top Chef. I find this very endearing.
About it.
She's a great host. She's very honest. I think the fact that she checks so many different boxes of being a great host, and she's knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Funny.
In a lot of ways,
ways,
has more experience than Padma because she's been through the entire show.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah. She even says it. She says, I've been on both sides. I've been on that side. I know what you're doing.
She even went through Last Chance Kitchen.
Yep.
So I thought Sue was going to win. Thought they're going to make it work. Cool story. Now they fucked it up.
So
blame the editing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first course here, Savannah does a saltfish fritter with some potato and pickled mushroom. Danny does a scallop habanero leche de tigre. It's really beautiful. And then Dan does this tuna tartare with grapefruit thing that has bad texture, basically.
They hate the texture.
Well,
I have to say, I'm not a big fan of fish, but when you describe your texture as tuna jam, that is disgusting.
It's not painting a good picture for me. I feel like the only person this could be editing who complains about it at the table is Tom.
Yeah.
No one else seems to care that much. I mean, in the judges' table, they're like, "Oh, was it intentional?" Blah 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 blah. But I think one of his responses to the trolls was, "We really disliked the tuna dish."
And that's what Gail says in the podcast, is that like they all hated it. But you're right; it does feel like just Tom kind of half mentions like, "Why would you want it to taste? Why would you want the texture to be that way?"
Yeah, I think Emerald liked it. I think he said that he really enjoyed it. Like, yeah, weird.
Okay, second course here. Dan does the grilled snapper. Danny does the smoked mussels. And Savannah does the spiny lobster. And this is the pasta dish. And the first thing Kristen, I feel like before Kristen even eats it, she asks is like, what's your egg to flour ratio?
Yeah.
Tell me your ratio right now.
On top of it.
They're not supposed to like let you know how they're feeling about the meal in that moment. But when you say, what's the ratio, or is this what you wanted to happen? It's like, just tell me it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Like,
kind of assume I messed up now.
You just know that Padma would have been like, did you mean for the pasta to have this texture?
Yeah.
Did you mean the pasta to be thick as shit and terrible? Okay, you did?
Oh, you did? Okay, I'll judge it that way then. Thank you.
I love when they're like, if you liked it, yes. That's always fun to me. Did you like it? Then yes.
You didn't like it? Well, then no, I didn't mean to do that.
No. Michelle fucked it up.
I meant to make you scallops.
Third course here, Dan does.
Also Dan, they hated, they couldn't figure out how to eat Danny's meal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And at the table, they were like, if you'd told us how to eat it, I would have liked it more.
Yeah, I need.
Yeah, they also
instructions.
complain I shouldn't be told how to eat my meal. Is like
Yeah.
another thing that we said before.
Make up your mind, judges.
Yeah.
Oh, back and forth all the time.
Yeah, and then the first course with the scallop, like they were like, it's perfect, but it needs a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I think it was only Tom who said it needed. So, oh no, because he said I asked the table, and they were like, yes.
Yes. Yeah, we all agree with you, Tom.
Yeah.
Third course, Dan does oxtail ragu, Danny does the spiny lobster, and Savannah does the seared grouper.
The only
with the
non-fish dish
mofongo. Yes.
was Dan's. They weren't told to cook nothing but fish. That's so odd to me that no one else did a non-fish dish that wasn't a dessert dish. Was Dan? That was so odd to me.
Well, on a cruise ship, though, probably a lot of that meat is like frozen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Could
going
have
to
been
be
hard
great.
to get.
It's not great quality, so I can see just wanting to go with the seafood.
That makes sense.
Which is like also, you're on a cruise. Like, go get some of them fishies around the boat.
Just jump over and get it.
Jump over. Get the fish. Come back.
They'll get
Easy.
you in.
Easy.
You won't get sucked into the propeller.
Take off your rock coat.
Oh,
Before you
please
jump
first take the rock coat off. Whatever you do, take the rock
Before
coat
you
off.
jump in, take off your rock coat. Be fine.
Tom does say of Savannah's dish that it's a mufong no.
Yeah, and that's him stealing our risotto thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't appreciate that.
I don't either.
That was awful. Kristen's like, this is not a mofongo. Savannah even says it's not one, but then she still said it's a mofongo when she served it. And they hate that. They hate when you say something is what it is and it's not. They fucking hate that so much.
You might as well just not say it's anything.
Yeah, does it taste good?
What
yeah,
is
but
it?
It's
I
not
don't know.
what you said it.
I don't know what this dish is. You tell me.
It's plantains.
And for the last course, Dan does a yogurt mousse. Danny does his pira agua con leche. And Savannah does the hummingbird banana upside down cake. And they pretty much like all of them. They're really blown
do.
away by Danny's because he does this seaweed thing that blows their fucking mind.
I think Tom has the best response to that is like, when you tell me there's seafood in the dish, I'm like, okay, how fucking far we take this weird food thing? And he's like, oh, no, it worked. I also love Danny's story. Oh, his grandfather, his Tio. Is that uncle?
That
Yeah.
is, yes.
Tijo.
Abuelo.
Tijo? Abuelo. Took him, they would go after school, they'd always get a sweet treat.
Mhm.
And it would always be piragua,
Paragua.
which, you know, I've heard most of the play that Lin-Manuel Miranda did where the first song is Ice Cold Piragua, so I know what that is.
In the Heights. You heard it. Now, is that when you lean up against the wall of people's houses to just listen to what they're,
Yeah.
you know, playing
Yeah.
and listening to? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, what are you guys listening to? Oh, you watching that? I'm going, you know.
Let me
Is that when
lean
you're
over
going
there.
door to door listening to?
Yeah, because I'm also running for senator. Thank you for opening the door. It was hard just to hear the music, and I could actually see you're watching this. I cannot think of the name of the play to save my fucking life right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Hamilton.
Wait, I did already tell you the play.
You didn't say the name of it.
It's In the
didn't s-
Heights.
Oh, you did say that?
Yeah.
You didn't. s-
Oh,
you
I thought it was
didn't hear
Hamilton.
that. I didn't hear it.
Bro.
Somehow Lin-Manuel Miranda is to blame. There we go.
Yep.
For most of the problems.
Of the finale.
Judges table. I mean, it's nothing that we haven't already talked about here.
Yeah.
They
Savannah
really
shit the bed. Like the whole finale sucked. She's been solid. Everything kind of sucked for her, except for the dessert they loved.
I felt they liked the first course.
They did.
They liked her first course,
Mhm.
and then they're like, "Woo."
Yeah, they liked her habanero honey glitch. I thought sounded great. I
Yeah.
love spicy sweet. I want
Seems
that.
like something you should put on like Detroit style pepperoni pizza instead of just hot honey glaze, habanero honey glaze.
Put it on a piece of chicken. Habanero
No.
honey glaze and fried chicken. On like a chicken sandwich. Oh
Yeah.
baby.
Come on now. So let's get to it. They name the winner.
Oh yeah, we have a clip.
Kristen finally gets to say it.
Danny, You are Top Chef.
Let's go.
Doesn't seem to be that excited.
He's stoked. He's out of his mind.
I love
Being
that
the
so
first
much.
Puerto Rican, Dominican, Muslim Top Chef is incredible. My mom would say, "That's my baby right now." We're here. That's it. We did it.
Haram.
Congratulations. You deserve it. Thank you.
$303,000. Is that the most money anyone's ever won, or what?
Yes.
He
Really?
knows that.
That's incredible.
That was
Great
rhetorical.
job. Cheers.
He knew.
Savannah and I are gonna use it to put a down payment on a house.
Not
Start
the other
next chapter of our
contestant.
life.
Yes. So everyone stops thinking that.
Carrie was like, "Wait, is he married to the other contestant?" He's like, "No."
No.
Do we ever know that his wife's name is Savannah?
That was the first I had heard of.
Yeah, that's important information.
They couldn't tell us that.
Probably
confusing.
the editing, right?
Oh, he said it a lot. Probably they just took it out so that we
Yeah.
don't know. So the end, we're like, "Wait, is he gonna marry Savannah from the show?" Oh my god.
What was that phone call to other people in the beginning then?
If you're Dan in the situation and she goes Dan, and you hear that, you're like, "Oh fuck, I just won." And,
I used to be called Danny.
yeah. Oh, my name's Danny too.
So is it me? Do we both win?
You know what the part I love about this is right after this and they do the talking is that they get a clip of Manny talking to Dan. And when I was watching it live, I was making the joke of like, Manny's talking to Dan, like, man, I tried to help you so much. I tried to fuck shit up in that kitchen so much for you.
Look, dude.
You heard me when I cooked. I used all the melons, right? I thought he was done.
Took all the cantaloupe and made juice with it. I didn't ball a single one of them. My favorite part of this entire thing is there's this long shot of Danny, and they say, "How do you feel right now?" And he's tearing up, and he's trying to compose himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he's tearing, and he's got it stuck in his throat, and he goes, "Stoked."
He says it's dope.
He says it's dope. That's better.
I listened
That's
to
better.
it. I know, because I was like, he said it's that doesn't make sense. That's not a response. But then, it's dope. So yeah, exactly. He's like, it's dope. It's dope.
The tears don't come.
Yeah.
So good. Tears running down his face. Huge man, big man. Tears
Yep.
running down his face.
Yep.
Tears streaming down his face.
So we did it. That's another season.
It's
So
another
how
season.
do you guys feel about Kristen overall?
A+.
I hope she's in the next season.
Yeah, I thought she was great. Yeah.
It's going to be
She's really
tough
good.
to go back to Padma, if I'm being quite honest with you. When we go back to season 8.
Oh,
and
us.
then-
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, why would they go? She's
Padman's like,
done.
"Fuck it, I'm coming back."
Yeah, no, Kristen was the best part of the season.
Yeah,
Padman pulls a Leno and fucking
Yeah.
takes the show back.
Padma comes back with her UCB training.
Oh my god.
She's like, "You
I
guys
thought-
wait."
I thought Kristen was great. I will say that I watched, her little side show, The
Mhm.
Dish with
Oh,
Kish.
Reaves loves that show.
Yeah.
good.
It is great. Reeves is correct.
Thank you.
And what's interesting is that she's so even more lively and relaxed, and like it really feels authentic to her. And I feel like the main show makes her have to maintain some type of gravitas because
Yeah.
That makes
important
sense.
prestige.
Yeah.
But it'd be really nice if they could find a way to take what she's doing with The Dish with Kish and infuse it into the main show, or at least get some contestants that I can actually remember.
Yeah.
It took like 4 episodes to sort out all the young brunettes. I'm sorry, Savannah.
I feel like Kristen on her own show is as relaxed as Allison Roman is, but then when she comes on to Top Chef, she's got to be Ina Garden.
Maybe it's because it's her first season. It was very
Possibly.
funny. And she's like, can't make it her own thing just yet. It's like doing what she's known to do, taking it to something she can like get a little like they loosen the rope a little bit, let her come up the little slack there, and she can go wild and start cussing more. She already cusses, which is nice.
That's very cool.
She cries, which is nice.
Yes.
Love the cussing. I'm here for the cussing. Again,
She's
it's going to be
funny and
tough
cool.
to go back to a host that
It's-
doesn't cuss.
Mhm.
Well, every time Padma would cuss, it would be so weird. It would be
Yeah.
like, you're on, like you're like, whoa, are you even allowed to know what that word is?
I don't do that. My aunt does that. Ooh.
Well, can I get a recook? Padma cursed at me.
So,
All right, so
overall-
let's do the standings.
do you
real
want to do
fast.
some where are they now real quick?
Sure. Go
Oh
ahead.
yes.
So Dan, he's the chef and owner of Dan Dan, which is in Milwaukee. It's like a Chinese place. He has 2 different restaurants that does similar thing where they'll have guest chefs that come in. So they got a lot of people from Top Chef. They're going to come in for like a weekend or whatever and cook, and you can get reservations for it. It seems really cool. Danny, of course, is going to open Time and Tide in New York City. Bryan, you should go. Fall 2024.
They never open on time, but I'll look out for it. This restaurant's never. There's a place on the street from me that says coming fall 2023. Still it.
All right.
And Savannah has no website and is off the grid.
Really?
Well, I mean, she has
She's
an
on
Instagram, but
she
she's
added
got
us
nothing.
on Instagram.
She added us? We gotta
Yeah,
get her on.
she added us on Instagram.
Come on and tell us what you're up to.
Yeah, we know that you were an executive chef when you were competing. So what are you doing now?
Oh, and the last thing I will leave you with, based off of my research, again, another podcast I listened to. They asked Gail.
Do you like this show?
Sure, how I feel about this.
They asked
twice now.
Gail.
You've referenced listening to other podcasts about Top Chef.
It's so good. They do so much research. They asked her give a hint for where they're going next season, and she said, "The location is exciting for me. It is new but vaguely familiar."
New
I don't know
but
what that
vaguely
means.
familiar.
Exciting for Gail, new but vaguely familiar.
Where is the Food and Wine?
Aspen.
They're going to
they did Colorado
Colorado
recently, though.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. Like 5 seasons ago.
It was season 15.
Yes.
Where else
6
do they have the
seasons
Food
ago,
and
then.
Wine stuff?
Probably California.
Wine country, California. Maybe they're going to Sacramento. I don't know.
I've read some things online that next season should be an all-star season, and I think I feel pretty good about that too.
Well, they just did an All Star.
They did.
They did international all-stars.
Well, yeah, but that's technically All Stars.
And then, I think this season kind of suffered because it came off such a fantastic all-star season. It was so hard in comparison.
Yeah.
I think we need a couple regular seasons to get back in love with it.
Yeah, so people understand cooking's tough. And Boudreaux just has been born to do this.
The Boudreaux effect.
Now, Gail is from Canada. Will they be allowed to do a Canadian season?
Stepping on Top Chef Canada's feet.
Or is that stepping on Top Chef Canada's big
Maple Leaf.
What's the food place in Canada everyone loves? It's not
syrup.
It's the one out west.
Is that Toronto?
No, that's east.
Calgary.
Vancouver.
I think it's Vancouver.
Vancouver. We're going to Vancouver, folks.
They're doing it. You heard it here first.
That's a place where they film a lot of movies too. If that makes sense, they'd be filming a TV show.
Seth Rogen's from there. He'd be a guest.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They can film the movie there. The Top Chef
Has he
movie.
been a guest already on the show?
That means they can film the Top Chef movie next season in Vancouver. Oh,
yes.
Makes sense. Makes it easier for all those Wolverine scenes that they have.
It really does. And those James Bond scenes.
Yeah.
I was going to make a Smallville joke, so you guys are more timely.
You guys excited about Deadpool and Wolverine? That shit looks funny, though.
Heck yeah, dog. It's the end of this month, right?
Is it already the end of this month? Wow. Okay.
Is it the end of this month, or does it come out next month?
Google it, folks.
You don't have to look it up on the podcast. All right, Rachel, thank you for coming on and bookending this season with us. Is there anything you want to plug other than the sciatica?
If you want to hear me talk about comics on a comics podcast, I was a guest for Marvel Reread Club, which is run by Steve and Matt Bird. First episode of that just went live last Monday. We are discussing a bunch of Marvel comics that are cover dated November 1966.
Whoa!
And the second episode of my appearance should be airing sometime next week, probably tomorrow, Monday. So, yeah, if you want to hear me talk about vintage Marvel comics, the Marvel Reread Club is where you should check it out. And then you can also find me on social media, Gluckst, RGLUCKST, on Instagram, Blue Sky, and formerly known as Twitter, and my website, superstareditor.com.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I guess that's a wrap then for this season, and we're gonna jump back to season 8, Restaurant Wars, and at some point in time, we're gonna have a crossover podcast with the Moms of Flavortown.
Hell yeah. I was
Amazing.
excited about that.
So Bryan could have been playing the music outro. This
What do you want me to
entire
do?
time. You could have been playing the music outro this whole time.
Oh yeah, I could have.
Okay, well, that's all I got. So that's it's the timing thing that we have to work on. It's the timing. Timing's everything. We'll pack our knives and go.
This is fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.